Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Oaksjoint, the home of heat. Now, this is where I give you the heat of the moment, that is stories making the rounds across the globe, from showbiz lifestyle to your favorite celebrities, etc. Now, today's heat is coming in straight from my own country, Ghana. Now, I want to take this moment to share with you 3 things that I've observed when it comes to the Ghana showbiz industry. Now, there are 3 categories, I should say, or there are 3 kinds of people. 1, we have those who are in the news. Okay. 2, we have those who make the news. And then the final one is those who are actually the news. Now, there is only one person who embodies all these 3 categories that I've mentioned. And over the weekend, he was everywhere on social media trending. And to make it worse, now there was something very, popular that happened over the weekend as well. That was on Saturday, a very, mega party. But this particular gentleman who embodies all these 3 categories that I mentioned was able to surpass the trend of this particular party. And it's none other than the principality, as we all know. He says that he is the principality, so we should accord him that kind of respect. The powers of darkness, yes. You know who I'm talking about now. Before we descend into the story and then, dissect the ins and outs of everything, I would like you to subscribe to the channel. If you're on Facebook, if you're on TikTok, make sure you follow the family, so that we can keep growing and bring you the best of stories. So let's meet at the other side as we, go into the story one after the other. See ya. So if you have been on social media from last week, you would have noticed that there was a certain trend, like a certain hashtag was making the waves across the internet. A certain name was trending all over the place, the RNAQ40. You understand, Richard Nii Armah Quaye at 40. Now, that was a mega birthday bash for a multi-billionaire who is Ghanaian. He is the owner of Pizza Man, Chicken Man, Quick Credit, and all of that. Now, this party saw many celebrities, musicians, actresses, actors, influencers from across Africa. Diamond Platinums from Tanzania was in there, Kidi from Ghana, Sarkodie, Stonebwoy, Edem, Davido from Nigeria, RMD, Iniedo, Ramsey Noah. A lot of superstars and celebrities were present. Now, this particular party trended, or this particular gentleman, the billionaire I'm talking about, trended from somewhere last week through to the Saturday that the birthday party was organized. And even during the event, it was all over the internet. Now, if you listened carefully, I gave you a lineup of some of the celebrities that were present. But there was one Ghanaian celebrity who is actually close friends with this particular billionaire, but was missing at the party. He's none other than the principality, as he says we should call him, the powers of darkness, Charles Nii Armah Mensah, who happens to be affectionately known as Shatta Wale. He was absent during the event. After the event, it was expected that even the decor for the party should trend, because it was out of this world. Nothing of that sort has ever been seen in Ghana, or let me limit it to Ghana. For a birthday party, there have been splendid decors for birthday parties, but this particular one was out of the world. The party grounds was divided into 4 sections, and each section was dope. Seeing a lot of people, networking, those kind of stuff. But the expectation was that after the party, the trend was going to go out of the ordinary. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. There was this guy who is the news, who makes the news, or who is in the news, who shattered everything. He took over the trend, and the conversation shifted from the birthday party onto this particular gentleman. And in fact, he even started a very, funny challenge, that is the powder challenge, which has gotten a lot of people jumping onto that particular challenge, kind of dwarfing the reach and the trend of this particular RNAQ40 birthday party. Now, the question on people's lips were that how come someone who didn't attend or make any appearance at the birthday party be trending more than the birthday party? Now, let me take you back to events that happened prior to the birthday party. Shatta Wale tweeted that if you see him anywhere near any event in Ghana over the weekend, then $600,000 has hit his account. Okay, so the only events that was happening within the space in which Shatta tweeted was the RNAQ40. And when he didn't make the appearance, people were wondering how come. Was it that the birthday celebrant wasn't able to afford the $600,000? And people were like, no, this guy is filthy rich. Look at the video. The video wouldn't make an appearance for less than 600K. So how much more Shatta Wale, his own friend? Now, there are rumors flying around. There is a section of people who are suggesting that because Shatta Wale has been critical of Osei Kwame Despite, who is also a multi-billionaire in Ghana, he owns a chain of TV stations and radio stations, plus other businesses, because he is the godfather of the birthday celebrant. He is going to be present at the party. And since Shatta Wale has recently been chiding him, giving him heat back to back, insulting him and all those things, it wouldn't be prudent for him to be present while his godfather is also coming. So he had the option to choose between the two. And since, godfather and son, then you cannot come in between them. So he opted for the godfather at the expense of Shatta Wale. That is one side of the story. The other school of thought is also arguing that it is not about godfather and godson thing. It simply has to do with the birthday celebrant not being able to afford the $600,000 that Shatta Wale asked. And even others are suggesting that since Shatta Wale posted about the 600K, it made other artists, reconsider their appearance fees, etc. And even others choked him and betrayed him. Instead of going for the big bucks, they opted for something meager and then made an appearance. And that is what has gotten the internet talking. Now, when Shatta Wale went live on Saturday, or is it Sunday, he did something that has attracted a lot of people, that has appealed to a lot of people and has generated into a trend or into a challenge. Let me put it this way. When he was, on his live and saying all manner of things that he's known for, ranting and then doing all kind of stuff, he used a powder to, smear his face and say that if you go on your knees or when you pray against any principality, he is that kind of principality you are praying against. Africans, when you go to church, pray against demons, witchcraft from your father's side, your mother's side, etc. He is actually the principality you are always tasked to pray against. He is the power of darkness. And while trying to explain how he will appear into people who hate him dreams, he smeared the powder on his face and boom, that particular thing caught fire. And then it went to a craze mode. Almost everyone on the internet is, doing the powder challenge. And this has actually curtailed the reach, the trend of this mega birthday party that happened at the Independence Square in Accra, that saw most of the celebrities, your favorite celebrities from across Africa making an appearance and then, giving the party the necessary boost and popularity it deserved. Unfortunately, the one who is always in the news, who makes the news and is the news, didn't allow the birthday party to reach its full potential of trend. And now we have the latest trend king in town, the principality, Shatta Wale. So we are following this story keenly. Whatever happens, be sure to get it from me on this particular channel, this particular page that you are seeing me on. So I'll see you in my next video. Make sure you like, you subscribe, share your thoughts in the comment section.